Hello and welcome back to Ace Attorney. I'm here with another video and we're gonna continue. There we are! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I don't know why. February 24th, 9:41 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different... Oh, Lana? The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. Is my game dying again? Seriously? And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana? Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. Indisposed? Never heard that word before. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. Wow. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But then she'd have to admit to murdering? But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Skye? We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Oh my god, this is tense. I'm scared. February 24th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 9. There they are, Edgewell, the judge, and Phoenix, of course, and good old Emma. There we are. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call the first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Ooh boy! Things are getting wild from the get-go. Uh-oh. Meekins! There he is! Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir! Mike Meekins! Funny name. My occupation is, that would-be murderer, sir! No! Don't say that! So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir! It was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I'll never kill anyone again, sir! You've got to believe me, sir! Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Oh, please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. What? You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Witness testimony. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto to others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. Yeah, I remember. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Okay. Cross-examination, crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Let's press. Hold it! Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. A Blue Badger? Yes, sir! The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Oh my god. Amazing. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. Really? I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. Hold it! Did the voice change, the hold it voice? It sounds different. Or am I just imagining that? I don't know, it sounds different to me. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here, around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? I was wondering about that. There it is! I found it! This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 498-9596 is shown being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Okay. Mike Meekins. And then the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data added to ID card record. But who is 77777? Is that maybe... Gant? Because he's the police chief? Or could it have been Lana Sky? I wonder. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. Yeah, the voice is definitely different. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir! A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Oh my god, that's kinda mean. That's why I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. Hold it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed the disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir. Okay. After that I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. That doesn't sound like he murdered him, though. I wonder. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from a security camera in the evidence room. Objection! What? What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. Uh-oh, they don't trust him anymore. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Oh! Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? I wonder as well. There's the Blue Badger. Oh my god. Okay. There's Goodman. It's so cool that I actually made a video. Okay. The glove fell out. The glove fell out. Meekins is coming. Okay, he hit him. What? It looks like Goodman murdered Meekins, honestly. And the panning, oh my god. And then Meekins is knocked out. That doesn't really show him murdering anyone. And it's 17:15. Or 5:15. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, this is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's a Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? security video added to the court record. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir! As you wish, sir! Witness testimony, mystery man. Oh my god. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about the fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. You know what I've been wondering about for quite a while now? Is that apparently every detective was like let go or downgraded in their job. I don't know what the word is. Every detective that worked on SL9. But because we know that Angel Starr, she was let go, and Officer Marshall, he was like downgraded. But what about Goodman? Why is he still a detective? I don't understand that. Why him? Because he also worked on that case. I don't know if that's going to be relevant or not, but it's just something I've been wondering about. This lock's ensured that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Okay. Mystery man, cross-examination. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Hold it! Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not that kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see? Yeah, same, I'm so bad at eye contact. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. Hold it! But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Huh? Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins. Ah! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished the knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us, why are you positive it was him? I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. Hold it! About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. Maybe maybe the guy has cut off Goodman's finger and then used that. No, that would be too morbid, right? That wouldn't be put in this game. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. Hold it! How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from the people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him! No one else could have unlocked it! Hold it! However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face! So, sir! If I may say something, sir. Well, please do. After all, you're the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? Let's say there's a problem. Regarding a video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Does it? Objection! I don't know. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You will want me to point it out? Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. Uh-oh, I'm so scared. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. What? What? No, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. What contradiction could there have been? Let me think about this for a second. Let's check the court record. Miles Edgeworth? Bruce Goodman's ID that we can't see. What does it say? Sergeant Bruce Goodman, maybe? Wait, can we rotate this actually? Okay, it doesn't say anything important. Let's go back. And I also want to check. Died within an hour and a half at 4 p.m. Goodman's autopsy report. Within an hour and a half. Okay, that makes sense. Let's check this out. Miles Edgeworth, Mike Meekins, Bruce Goodman. And Mike Meekins again. 5:14. That makes sense as well. The time, I mean. What might the contradiction be? I wonder. Let me think about this even more. The glove, maybe? Extremely thin rubber glove? But like... why would the glove be a contradiction? He didn't wear it, right? It just fell out of his locker. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's check this out real quick. It was 5:14 on the 21st of February. Let's check what kind of contradiction there could have been. There's Goodman walking in at 5:14. The glove falls out. Then Meekins has already walked in at 5:14. Goodman is attacking him with a knife? He was bloody. Why did he already have blood on his shoulder? Maybe that's the contradiction? But why would that be a contradiction? Maybe it's the blood on his shoulder? Let me watch this again. I will skip this. Oh, I guess it is from stabbing Meekins that there is blood on his shoulder now. I think our best clue is probably the glove falling out. I have to point out a problem with the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. I think let's just do the glove. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point at the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction? It indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh my god. Oh no. Ah! No! How do we go back? Rewind. And now, present the glove. Wait, okay. Take that! Okay. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What you're looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh, yeah. Phew, I almost walked right into the defense's trap. I'll place him under arrest, sir. Really? Rats. I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now what do I do? Huh? Huh? What? I'm so confused. I'm sure it was the glove. Because the glove would have prevented the locker to, like, lock completely. Huh? So it must be the glove. Maybe if we present the locker? But this glove, it must be this glove. Huh? What do we present? I'm kind of scared. Huh? Oh! See this? It's lit up. That means it was open. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm not sure. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir! Do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match. What kind of photo is in Gumshoe's locker? Some of a police officer, it seems. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Because it's lit up. Wait, do we have to do something? No, we don't, okay? I was scared for a second that I missed it. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind to a little earlier. The light is already lit. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's... Already lit? Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah! Order, what's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection!
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, the sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. It was blocked by the glove, come on! Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this is exactly my field. What do you think? Oh, what do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor. Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video? Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. It has to be the glove, right? Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Okay. Pause with backspace. I'm ready to pause at any second. There, glove. Oh my god, I'm so scared it's not gonna take it. Maybe we're gonna rewind a bit. And now point this out. Take that! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Yeah? So Goodman walks in. And the glove falls out. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when the doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure. That item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? There it falls out. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Oh my god. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. A rubber glove, yeah. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Okay, this is easy peasy. It must have been this, right? Take that! I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But it isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear so, sir! Order! 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 So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Objection!
Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is that a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Witness testimony, Mystery Man, Part 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. But he could have stolen it. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transfer. Why were there so few people using this room? Good question. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Alright, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Okay. Mystery Man, cross-examination. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Hold it! So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as a stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give you the V for victory sign, sir. What? Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Hold it. Is that card hanging from your neck on one of those ID cards? One of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuffs, sir. I keep it in here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Oh, maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Oh no, instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Mr. Wright, what do you think? Oh, I should have pressed there. I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Wait, I want to press on the last thing. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? Okay, we've had that. I have no idea what to present, I'm gonna be honest. At the time of the murder. One knife wound died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. That also checks out. because it happened at 5:15. Victim's memo found in the car's trunk. A call made to Emma at 5:18. Parking lot. White and armored shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Look, why does he not know his ID? Bruce Goodman, 221, and he is like 5'9". I never saw that. It's like 5842189 or something like that? 5842189? I'm not sure. Actually, let's check his ID real quick. 5842189. Yeah, I was correct. That is interesting. Why does he 5'9"? Like, it seems like he doesn't know his ID. But I don't know if that's relevant. Proves the man was Detective Goodman. One must use their ID card. There's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. But nowhere says like every police officer knows their ID number. It doesn't say that anywhere. So I wonder, there's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman. Like, we could present that now, but I don't think it's gonna work out, honestly. I feel like that's a bit too, I don't know, pulled out of thin air. Like, we could argue he doesn't know his own ID, so it's not him. I don't know what else to do, honestly. There's only one thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman. And one must use their ID card. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. Let me check out the lost item report again. It doesn't say a time, it just says that he doesn't know his ID. If there was like a line that like said every officer knows their ID, I would like present that right away. But I don't know if it's relevant here. I really don't know what else to do though, so let's do it. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins, yes? I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, oh! Was the lost item... Wait. Was the lost item report for his ID card that he lost at the crime scene, at the Lana Skye crime scene? Maybe? Oh! Wait, that makes a lot of sense actually. I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man that stole his ID card. AKA Jake Marshall? Maybe? Order! Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Huh? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? I love Edgeworth. Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Oh no. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. It just makes Lana Skye even more guilty, right? The defense has already done their explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ha! I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get out of this mess? Of course we gotta object. Objection! Objection! One moment, Your Honor. Where is this gonna go? What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have to testify. What is his or her name? Of course it's Jake Marshall, a patrolman investigating the incident at the prosecutor's office. Thinks he's a cowboy. 33. 22, oh my god, he's so young. 65, 36, 30, 29, 16 and 31. Sorry, I was just curious about the ages. Let's present Jake Marshall. Take that! Officer! Jake Marshall! Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees. Oh my god. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is supponate. What? Supponate? I've never heard that word before. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Okay. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you've figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh my god, Gumshoe. Guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh ho! You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Files for the Joe Dark killing solved 2 years ago. Joe Dark. SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be... Lana! This SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana! It's over with, no! Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Oh my god. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'd better take a good look at this file. to be continued. Oh my god. And that wraps up today's episode of Ace Attorney. Wasn't that extremely exciting? Oh my god! And also kind of difficult, but not as tough as I expected it's going to be, honestly. But wow, that was interesting. We learned some new stuff, and now we're gonna accuse Jake Marshall of everything. Maybe not of everything, but of being like the victim in this case. I wonder, because there was like a large pool of blood, and Jake Marshall seems to be doing well, so was it his blood? Or was it Officer Meekin's hand blood? I don't know, but it's definitely suspicious, and I wonder what's going on there. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone! See ya!